Hello and welcome. Now our Docker host is ready and we want to interact with this particular Docker host. In order to interact with Docker host, we need to use Docker CLI. Docker CLI is one of the most easiest command line facility. So let's start. First of all, Docker CLI is used to interact with Docker host. It can be your Windows host or it can be your Linux host. Docker CLI will be same. So let's start with introduction. Docker CLI is primary way to interact with the Docker. A set of commands used to manage Docker images, container, networks, volumes, other Docker objects. So let's say that if you want to download images for your container, you can use Docker CLI. If you want to create container, Docker CLI. If you want to manage networking for your container, Docker CLI. So whatever the object, whatever the resources that you want to create, you can create and manage these resources using Docker CLI. The Docker CLI communicates with Docker daemon, which runs on your host operating system to perform its task. So Docker CLI is like a primary method to interact with Docker host. As you know that in the previous video, we have already created one Docker host and I'm going to access this particular Docker host right now. This IP address. So here it is my command prompt. I'm going to access this Docker host and here I am inside my Docker host. This is a fresh new Docker host. I am just using this first time. Okay. So now let's understand general syntax rules. First of all commands start with the Docker. Whenever you want to use Docker CLI, all the commands are actually starting with the Docker. This is the first word. For any command, Docker is the primary keyword. Now, after this, we need to understand the hierarchy of the structure. So after command Docker, then we need to specify object. The primary Docker object you interact with images, container, network, volume. Let's say that I want to verify that is there any image inside my Docker container. So I can say that Docker images. If I want to see that if any Docker network over here, so I can give the command Docker network. So the first is always the word Docker, then we need to specify object. Then we need to provide command action you want to perform. Let's say that I want to build image, so Docker image build. I want to create container, so I can use a command to create container. Docker run will create container. To pull the image, I have to give the command Docker image pull. Then to push image, then the logs and the ls. Let's say that I want to verify that is there any network, so I can give the command Docker network ls and it is giving me list of all the networks which is available in the default host. So this is the way, the hierarchy of the command. First of all, we need to use a word Docker, then the object and then command. With the command, we can also use options to modify the behavior of the command. And when we want to specify options, we are always using single hyphen or double hyphen. It is most important part that you need to understand that when we can use single hyphen and when we can use double hyphen. So here, example of single hyphen. Typically used for a short form options consisting a single letter. If you are giving a single letter argument, then you can go with the single hyphen. Here it is a command. We will definitely talk about all of this command, but let me give you a brief introduction of this command. Docker PS is a command which is used to give you list of all the running container. Of course, I have new host, so I am not getting it. But let's say that if you want to see the list of running container as well as power of container. So in this case, we have to give command docker -a. here the meaning of A is all. It means I want to see all the containers. It can be running or it can be a power of container. But here we are using A. A is a single character, so that's why we are using single hyphen. But sometimes if you want to use a particular word, then there will be double hyphen. So here we have this Docker container run dash name my container. So if you look at this, here we have this particular option name. Now look at this dash name. Why? Because here we are using double hyphen. Reason is name is a specific word that we are using. So with word we are using double hyphen. With character we are using single hyphen. Then arguments. Specific value for the command. Let's say that image name. Let's say that if I want to download any image, so I will use docker pull and then image name. So image name would be the argument. If I want to delete any container, so I can use container ID. Same way, if you look at this here, I just use one command docker container run and then dash name. Now in the argument, the my container is a container name that will be created using this command. So we can say that my container is actually argument. Okay. Then here we have some example. Docker container run Ubuntu, docker image ls, docker volume create, dash name my volume. So this is all this command, and you can find out that here we have all the commands starting with the docker. Then here we have object container. Then we have this particular command run, and then we have arguments as well. Now I am going to give you one easiest way to manage all these commands, and this is a tab completion. Use tab completion to auto-complete the command like container name. This will enhance your speed and accuracy. Let's say that docker, look at this. I am not typing this command, okay, I am just using VO and then I am using tab, so this command is completing automatically. Same way, if you want to delete any container and you don't want to enter whole container name or container ID, just type one or two character and then use tab. This will complete it automatically. So tab completion is the most useful and very powerful tool that you can use while you are giving commands for your Docker CLI. And at the end, help flag. Always consult and built-in help for information using dash help flag. Here it is a help flag. Let's say that docker image build dash help. If I am giving this command, it is giving me the detail about all the options related to this command. This will be very helpful, and you know they are always updating these help documents as well. So if you need instant help, you can use dash help flag to get help for a specific command. This is all about Docker CLI. Now, I just want to give you one advice. Do not try to remember all these commands. Okay. Once you will start practicing all this, when you will complete this course, you have a complete understanding that how whole Docker stage system is working. So automatically you can able to remember these commands. Okay. And there are lots of system which is supporting CLI. So if you try to remember all this CLI commands for each and every DevOps tools, it is not possible. So don't worry about command, just understand the way the commands are actually working. I hope you understand the idea. Thank you very much. See you in the next video. Have a nice day. Goodbye.